What if I told you that the apps that you keep using to connect with people are making you lonelier than ever? The hookup culture is destroying the idea of real connection, and the perfect match is nothing than just a myth. I'm about to destroy everything you think you know about dating today. Forget the filters, the perfect profile photos, and matches which lead literally to nowhere. So let's talk about the truth that no one wants to hear. Let's start with my first point. We are all wired for connection, every single one of us. But at the same time, we're incredibly scared of being vulnerable. Simply said, we're so scared of people seeing the true us that we build up walls, a persona, a facade. In connection to that, hookup culture drives on that fear. It gives you a false sense of control because you're in control how close you want to let people, but in reality, it's just really shallow and super meaningless. One thing which I really criticize about it is dating apps can't really capture your full personality. It doesn't show us how you walk, how you hold yourself. Can you sit in a room? Can you talk to people? What are your social skills? How you carry yourself, your self-confidence, the way you speak, the energy you bring in a room. For example, I'm so full of energy and I have like 20 personalities. I'm not schizophrenic, don't worry. And I could never represent them in just 5 pictures. They're like only showing 2%, excuse me. And many people literally construct personalities on those apps. They idolize themselves, that they're funnier, taller, or charismatic on social media. They look like the most fun person in the universe. And then you meet up with them, you're like, oh, because they put a really high expectation bar and meet up with them, you're like, okay, like they text really cool. And when you meet up with them, they literally have no social skills at all sometimes, you know. Your brain will automatically fill in those gaps. It's kind of like during COVID when you're wearing those masks and you're thinking, wow, damn, you're the best looking person in the whole fucking world. And then you pull out the mask and you're like, oh, you know, because when you finally meet up with somebody, the false illusion or hope will literally shatter or break down. The thing is, you probably don't know your own self-worth. You're seeking validation externally. You need to find out who you really are. Make people be of caliber to access you, you know? Not everybody has a Birkin. Treat your body and your soul like a limited edition. Because, you know, a crackhead doesn't know how to treat a diamond. A crackhead will just throw the diamond or the Birkin bag into the trash. Like, it's gonna even destroy the Birkin bag. So why should you hang out with a crackhead? They can't even see your value, you know. But if you go to the right places, they're gonna see that Birkin bag or the diamond and treat you like a god, literally. Let's talk about the psychology behind dating apps. I won't dive too deep into it because otherwise the video will be way too long. But first of all, many dating app platforms, when they see you haven't been on the app for a while, they will make sure you get a bunch of likes. That way you get hooked in a dopamine hit. Then for a while you won't really get a lot of likes anymore. And because you haven't been on the app for long, you will get those bunch of likes again. And this is how you treat a drug addict literally. You give them something, you take it away. You give them something, you take it away. I see so many of my friends scrolling on those dating apps and wasting so much time, but never really meeting up with somebody. Many people are on those apps just for validation. They tell themselves, oh, I could have technically pulled that person, so I'm so hot or so cool. But then actually never end up meeting up. What's the point of texting for multiple days and then just get ghosted? But I'm not here to just purely hate on dating apps, you know? I'm just saying, get aware what's the psychology. They want you to stay as long as possible on the app because it's more profitable. And as soon as you're aware and conscious about those informations, you can make your own decisions. And personally, I'm not using them sometimes. Like right now I'm traveling through the world, and using dating apps while you travel is so fun. Like you get invited to go surfing, you see the real culture, you can connect with locals. It's fun. I'm not bashing you for using them. I'm just saying, just rethink the way how you use it. Your value is more than physical. If everything that you bring to the table is to know, then you're literally just bringing the bare minimum to the table. And also bring you to the point where you will question your own self-value, because when you're participating in hookup culture, for example, people only value you for your body and all the amazing character traits which you have. They won't give a fuck at all. They don't care. And it will make you feel so just reduced on your looks, like you have nothing else to offer than just your body. The next point that we have is that validation should come from within. If all the self-value from you is based on how many people want you, you actually don't even value yourself a bit. Stop depending on others to make you feel good. You need to develop your self-confidence on your own. Ask yourself where your standard lies. Standards keep you safe. Are you really just gonna let somebody access you because they have a hot body? Is the bar really that low? Really? Come on. Most people on those dating apps are literally a waste of time. I always say you need to go to special places to find special things. For me to even find an interesting person on Bumble or something, I need to literally jump into a pile of trash like I'm swimming until I find that freaking diamond ring. The amount of time and energy that goes into it is, in my opinion, not worth it. Except when you're traveling, different story, guys. It's fun, it's cool. But otherwise, it's just consuming so much time. And then because many people are just not meeting my standards, for example, or your standards, you will start lowering your standards, because most people, like the people that have high standards and value themselves, are often not on those apps. Just talk to those people, you know. Those apps are taking the ability away from you to actually socialize. People are getting so lazy. Everything like Uber Eats, dating apps. There's like apps also for friendships, you know. It takes away the ability from people to literally socialize. You start actually meeting people in real life and talk to them, you get a full profile, you know. You can see how they talk, they articulate themselves, their height, their energy, everything, you know. And you don't get scammed. So get back into real life. All in all, just be aware about the psychology behind the dating apps. Your body is not a community playground. It's a temple. Treat it like one. It's a burden. Be aware of the psychology behind it, how much time consuming it can be, what tool it can take on your mental health, and make your own decisions. You're an adult, and have a good day.